So I had the myomectomy. They ended up removing the fibroids. They were actually able to remove all 10. They kind of varied in size, from gumball size to golf ball size. And I mean, the surgery itself was, it wasn't, I mean, it was like I just gave birth, but I got rid of fibroids. But it was painful, really, really painful, because again, you're getting cut. You have to get help. One, being in the field that I'm in, like, it's always different opportunities coming up, and I wouldn't have had the long downtime I had. I wouldn't have needed as many people to make sure that I was good. The cutting on the body, like with the scar tissue afterwards, I wouldn't have to go through that. Like, I had to get cut like as if I was having a baby again. It's just so many different things, with the myomectomy that I just wouldn't have had to deal with if I would have did the other procedure, the UFE procedure. And you know what I'm saying? It's like you're losing 4 to 6 weeks of your life. Like, I can't work. I can't do things on my own. Like, I need somebody there to help take care of me. So, I mean, it was a lot. After the 4 to 6 weeks, I didn't feel 100% healed or 100% back to normal, but I did see a little change after my, next menstrual cycle. Well, shortly after having a myomectomy, I ended up becoming pregnant with my second daughter. And, my pregnancy was good. Like, everything was well. I didn't have any complications or anything like that. Still was dealing with anemia afterwards. I had to take medication for that, but other than that, I was fine. Well, now I made a lot of changes after having the myomectomy, because I was afraid that I would be in that situation again. If I would keep my eating habits the same, and if I was to keep doing the things I was doing prior to having the surgery. I feel like being a fibroid fighter is definitely a good way to go, because I'm able to share my story with people who are experiencing it and who need the hope, like, who really need to know that you can get through it and there's other options out there. At the time, I was a little embarrassed to share that. I actually shared it with my aunt, and my mom was like the first person that I told that I had fibroids. And my aunt that I told, she told me that she had it and had to have a partial hysterectomy. And she went on to telling me, like, it's crazy, so many women deal with this. And I'm like, why don't I know about it? Why don't we know more about it? Like, it was just weird to have that conversation first with my mom and my aunt, and then later I did have the conversation with my friends and found out that they were either experiencing it, had experienced it already, or know somebody that currently have fibroids. It's very frustrating to know that 80% of African American women suffer from fibroids, and nobody is addressing it. It's kind of one of those things that's swept under the rug, that you have to, it's like, it's almost, you're ashamed to even talk about it. I feel like we need to learn how to speak up and speak out about things like this, because it's serious, and a lot of African American women is suffering from it. So I need to use my voice, use my platform, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get the word out that there are other options and you do not have to suffer. Well, unfortunately, I'm still dealing with fibroids. I have 2 fibroids now. I'm not as in pain as I was before, not as much pain as I was before. My cycle is not as bad as it was before, but it's still, it's still kind of bad. And it just makes me so upset to know that after one, like going through the whole procedure, staying in the hospital, getting cut on, all of these things, like all of these side effects and, you know, the healing process and all of that, only to know that I may have to do something like that all over again.